Let's make grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Start by grating some cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese.
You can't use pre-grated cheese. It doesn't melt.
Comment below Hellmann's or Duke's. Paint each slice of bread with mayonnaise, then flip and add your cheese. Melt some butter and in it goes. Give it a flip.
For tomato soup, take a nice jar of marinara.
Add it to a blender and heat it up.
Take a spoon of tomato soup. One of the best combos ever. Let's make an Oreo McFlurry.
Add 6 Oreos to a blender, 4 scoops of ice cream, and a splash of milk. Then pour it into a cup.
Let's make caramel popcorn.
For the caramel, 210 grams of sugar and 100 milliliters of water.
Then bring to a boil and cook for 5 minutes.
Then add a tablespoon of butter and stir it up. Then pop some popcorn and pour the caramel over the popcorn. Then give it a good mix.
Let's make strawberry tang hulu.
Start off by adding 1 cup of sugar and half cup of water.
Then bring to a boil and don't stir it. Don't pick this thing up.
Then skewer 4 strawberries and make an ice bath.
You can find out if it's ready by dipping a stick in the sugar and putting it in an ice bath. If it crunches, it's ready.
Then cover the strawberries with the sugar and dip them in the ice water.
This makes strawberries 10 times better. Let's make kiwi tang hulu.
Start by adding 1 cup of sugar and half cup of water.
Then bring to a boil and don't stir it. Don't pick this thing up.
Then slice up a kiwi and peel it up. Then put the kiwi on a skewer and make an ice bath.
You can find out if it's ready by dipping a stick in the sugar and putting it in an ice bath. If it crunches, it's ready.
Then dip the kiwi in the sugar and into the ice bath right after.
This tastes pretty bad. Don't make it. Let's make grape tang hulu.
Start off by adding 1 cup of sugar and half cup of water.
Then bring to a boil and don't stir it. Don't pick this thing up.
Skewer 6 grapes and make an ice bath.
You can find out if it's ready by dipping a stick in the sugar and putting it in an ice bath. If it crunches, it's ready.
Then cover the grapes with sugar and put them in the ice bath for 30 seconds.
This tastes better than the strawberry tang hulu. This is how to make a Nutella milkshake.
Start off by scooping 2 tablespoons of Nutella into a blender, 4 scoops of ice cream, a tablespoon of cocoa powder, and a splash of milk.
Then blend for however long you want.
And pour into a cup. Decorate the cup with some Nutella, whipping cream, and chocolate chips.
You have to try this out. This is how to make a vanilla milkshake.
Start by adding 4 scoops of ice cream to a blender, 1 cup of milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Then blend for however long you want.
And pour into a cup.
It was good, but if you order this at a restaurant, I don't like you. This is how to make mac and cheese in a bowl.
Start by grating some cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese. Then microwave 1/3 cup of macaroni and 2/3 cups of water. Microwave this for 3 minutes. Then add a splash of milk, a pinch of salt, and pepper. Add in your cheese and stir it up.
As a wise man once said, it's not worth the effort. I'm sorry, Gordon Ramsay. This is how to make mango lassi.
Start by peeling 2 mangoes. Slice them up and add them to a blender. Then add 3 spoons of yogurt, a splash of milk, some sugar, and a pinch of salt.
Then blend for 30 seconds.
Pour into a cup, add some ice, and a straw.
Some kids at my school gave me this idea. This is how to make a chocolate mug cake.
Start by adding 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Stir it up, then add 3 tablespoons of milk, half teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Stir it up, add some chocolate chips, and microwave for 1 minute.
This is how to make vanilla custard.
Add 2 egg yolks to a bowl, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Stir it up, and add 1 cup of milk to a saucepan and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Then bring to a boil.
And add in the mixture. Stir until it thickens. Pour into a bowl.
If you don't make this, you're stupid. This is how to make Oreo truffles.
Add 20 Oreos to a blender.
And blend them up. Then soften 1 stick of cream cheese.
And add in your Oreos. Give it a good mix. Shape them into balls.
And dip them into dark chocolate. That is insanely good. This is how to make chocolate truffles with just 2 ingredients.
Add 1 can of condensed milk to a bowl and microwave it for 30 seconds. Then add a ton of cocoa powder and mix it in. Add this to a sheet of saran wrap and seal it up.
And put it in the freezer for 30 minutes.
Then dust a cutting board with cocoa powder and add in your chocolate. Dust the chocolate with more cocoa powder and cut it into pieces. Shape them into squares and dust them with more cocoa powder.
That is way too easy and good not to make. This is how to make lemon tang hulu.
1 cup of sugar and half cup of water.
Then bring to a boil and don't stir it. Don't pick this thing up.
Then cut up a lemon and make an ice bath.
You can find out if it's ready by dipping a stick in the sugar and into the ice bath. If it crunches, it's ready.
Then cover the lemons with the sugar and put them in the ice bath for 30 seconds.
That was not worth the waste of time. This is how to make a microwave brownie.
Add 3 tablespoons of flour to a mug, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix it up, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and 3 tablespoons of milk. Mix it up, add some chocolate chips, mix it up, add some chocolate chunks,
and microwave for 1 minute. That was good, but comment below what I should make next. This is how to make an Oreo mug cake in just 5 minutes. Add 4 Oreos to a blender and blend them up.
Then add them to a mug, 1/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 tablespoon flour, half teaspoon baking powder, and 1 tablespoon cocoa powder. Stir it up and add a piece of chocolate in the middle. Then microwave this for about a minute and pour some chocolate on the top.
I will attempt to make a hyper-realistic cake, so comment below what cake I should make. This is how to make boba at home.
Add 1/4 cup of brown sugar to a pan and 1/3 cup water. Once it starts to boil, add in half cup of tapioca starch and mix until it turns into a big sticky clump. Then take it off the heat and add more tapioca starch. Mix this until it forms into a boba dough. Knead your dough until it turns smooth and roll it into a boba snake. Cut them into small squares and shape them into balls. Boil these for 15 minutes and strain them out.
Comment below which one you drink. This is how to make chocolate bubble tea.
Add 1/4 cup of brown sugar to a pan and 1/3 cup water. Once it starts to boil, add in half cup of tapioca starch and mix until it turns into a big sticky clump. Then take it off the heat and add more tapioca starch. Mix this until it forms into a boba dough. Knead your dough until it turns smooth and roll it into a boba snake. Cut them into small squares and shape them into balls. Boil these for 15 minutes and strain them out. Then add 2 cups of milk to a blender, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 3 tablespoons of sugar,
And blend for 30 seconds.
then add in your boba, some ice, and your chocolate milk.
Comment below which one you drink. This is how to make Oreo bubble tea at home.
Add 1/4 cup of brown sugar to a pan and 1/3 cup water. Once it starts to boil, add in half cup of tapioca starch and mix until it turns into a big sticky clump. Then take it off the heat and add more tapioca starch. Mix this until it forms into a boba dough. Knead your dough until it turns smooth and roll it into a boba snake. Cut them into small squares and shape them into balls. Boil these for 15 minutes and strain them out. Then add 5 Oreos to a blender and 2 cups of milk.
Then blend for 30 seconds.
Add in your boba, some ice, and Oreo milk.
Comment below which one you drink. Hit that follow button so we can catch up to Nick DiGiovanni. This is how to make chocolate milk with a twist.
Start by adding 2 cups of milk to a blender, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar,
And blend for 30 seconds.
then fill a cup with ice cubes and add in your milk. Top with some whipped cream.
That tastes like chocolate milk. This is how to make thick Italian hot chocolate.
Chop up 4 ounces of dark chocolate and add it to a saucepan on medium heat. Then add a splash of milk, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder,
And stir it up.
when it becomes hot, add in 1 cup of milk and mix together 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and a splash of milk. Then add in your cornstarch mixture and whisk until it becomes thick. Add some milk if it's too thick for you. Then pour it into a mug.
The next part is not optional.
Top with some whipped cream and shaved chocolate.
Winter's right around the corner, so
This stuff is not chai. Here's how to actually make it.
that is 10 times better than the Starbucks version.
On medium heat, add 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk, some chopped up ginger, ground cardamom.
And bring to a boil.
Now add 1 tablespoon of tea leaves,
Then lower the heat and cook for 3 minutes.
3 teaspoons of sugar, and stir it up. Strain the tea out and pull it for about 2 minutes.
That is 10 times better than the Starbucks version. Do you say cha or chai? This tastes good, but let's make it better.
On medium heat, add 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk, chopped up ginger, some crushed up cardamom,
And bring to a boil.
add 1.5 tablespoons of tea leaves.
Then lower the heat and cook for 3 minutes.
Now add 2 tablespoons of sugar and stir it up.
Let this cool for about 10 minutes.
Add some ice to a cup and strain in your chai. Top with some whipped cream.
That is 10 times better than the original version. Do you say cha or chai?
We all know theater popcorn. It has no taste.
This is how to make it taste good.
Start by blending up some salt.
And set this aside.
Now add 3 tablespoons of clarified butter to a big pot, half teaspoon of turmeric, and a sprinkle of your salt. Once it's hot, add in half cup of popcorn kernels, shake it up, wait for the popcorn to do its thing, drizzle over a ton of clarified butter, more salt, and stir it up. That tastes how popcorn should really taste like.
We've all seen the Oreo mug cake video, but this is how to make a Malteser's mug cake. That is so soft and delicious.
Add 3 tablespoons of flour to a mug, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and stir it up. Now add 3 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and stir it up. Then add in some Maltesers,
And microwave for 1 minute.
and top with some more Maltesers.
This is way too good not to try. This microwavable mug cake tastes so good in the wintertime. That is way too good not to make.
To a mug, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and stir it up. Now add 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and stir it up. Then add in some M&Ms and mix them in.
And microwave for 1 minute. I've been making too many mug cakes. This is how to make the perfect hot chocolate for the winter time. That is 10 times better than the store-bought version.
On medium heat, add 2 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, half teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Whisk it up
And cook for 5 minutes.
then pour into a mug.
The next part is not optional.
Top with some marshmallows and grated chocolate.
I'm never going back to store-bought hot chocolate. This Ferrero Rocher mug cake tastes so good. That's my new favorite mug cake.
To a mug, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoon cocoa powder, half teaspoon baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Stir it up.
Now add 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of oil, some crushed up Ferrero Rocher. Stir it up.
Add a Ferrero Rocher in the middle
And microwave for 1 minute.
top with another Ferrero Rocher.
I will never stop making mug cakes. These microwavable cake pops only take 5 minutes to make. That is way too good not to make.
To a mug, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and stir it up. Now add 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and stir it up.
And microwave for 1 minute.
Then transfer this to a bowl, add some cream cheese, chocolate chips, give it a good mix, roll them into balls, stab them with a toothpick, and dip them into chocolate.
Starbucks cake pops cost way too much. This is how to make a Kit Kat McFlurry with just 3 ingredients. That tastes more fancy than the original version.
Start by adding some Kit Kats to a blender,
And blend for 3 seconds.
then add in a few scoops of ice cream, a splash of milk,
And blend for 10 seconds this time.
then add this to a cup and top with some more Kit Kat pieces.
I have never encountered a broken McDonald's ice cream machine. This is how to make a 1 minute microwave cookie. This is the go-to thing to eat if you have nothing at home.
To a bowl, add 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk, 1/3 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and mix it up.
Then add in however many chocolate chips you want.
And mix them in. Then shape your dough into a cookie.
And microwave for 1 minute. Let this cool for 5 minutes, otherwise it'll turn gooey. Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make a 5-minute microwavable lava cake. That is way too good not to make. To a bowl, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, mix it up, then add 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of oil, and stir it up. Then add in some chocolate chips, and cover them in the chocolate. Microwave this for 1 minute, and top with some Nutella. Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make a 5-minute no-bake cheesecake. This is by far the most delicious recipe I've made.
To a blender, add 3 Oreos,
And blend until they turn into fine powder.
add them to a cup along with 2 teaspoons of butter, mix it up and press it down. Then add half cup of cream cheese to a bowl, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of Nutella, and mix it up. Scoop this into a cup along with more Nutella, smooth it out, top with wafers,
And refrigerate for 10 minutes. Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make a 2-ingredient Nutella mousse. That tastes insanely good for a 5-minute recipe.
to a bowl, add 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar,
And whisk until it turns into whipping cream.
then add in some Nutella and mix it in. Scoop this into a cup and top with a wafer.
Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make orange tang hulu.
Half cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of water.
And don't stir it. Don't pick this thing up.
Peel up a mandarin and skewer it. Now make an ice bath.
You can find out if it's ready by dipping a stick in the sugar and into the ice bath. If it crunches, it's ready.
Cover the mandarins with the sugar and put them in the ice bath for 30 seconds.
Comment below what I should tang hulu next. This 5-minute grilled cheese is the best one you'll ever have.
Start by grating some cheddar and Monterey Jack. Spread some melted butter on both sides of the bread. Then flip and add in your cheese. Season it with pepper and chili powder. Melt some butter and add in your bread. Give it a flip.
Mayonnaise on grilled cheese is disgusting. This is how to make the most perfect chocolate chip cookies for the wintertime.
To a bowl, add 1/4 cup of softened butter, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and mix it up. Then add in an egg and a shot of espresso. Now sift in some flour, cornstarch, and baking soda.
Then add in however many chocolate chips and chocolate chunks you like.
And mix them in. Roll them into balls, place them on a baking tray.
Bake these at 325 for 15 minutes.
Comment below what I should make next.
This is how to make 5-minute French toast.
Start by adding 2 eggs, milk, sugar, salt, cinnamon, vanilla, and whisk it up. Then add in your bread, flip it over, and in it goes. Give it a flip, top with powdered sugar and maple syrup.
Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make 5-minute French toast. This honey garlic chicken breast is so easy to make and it tastes delicious.
Chicken breasts are usually uneven, so flatten it out. Then we're going to hit it with some salt, pepper, and Cajun.
And don't be scared to rub in the seasoning with your hands.
Coat the chicken in flour, and in it goes, along with some butter and garlic. Give it a flip, set this aside. Now mix together vinegar, soy sauce, and honey. Add this to a pan, your chicken, and give it a flip.
Comment below what I should make next. This chicken quesadilla is so delicious.
Season your chicken with salt, pepper, Cajun, and rub it in. Cook your chicken until it's edible. Then add in your butter, tortilla, Monterey Jack, mozzarella, chopped up chicken, hot sauce, and give it a flip.
And that's it. Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make cheese sticks in a pan. That is the perfect snack for after school.
Start by cutting the crust off your bread and flatten it out. Now grate up some mozzarella and place it on top of the bread. Roll your bread up and paint it with melted butter. Cook these on a medium heat pan until they turn golden brown.
Comment below what I should make next.
This is how to make Nutella French toast sticks.
That is the perfect snack for after school.
Cut the crust off your bread and roll it up. Then spread Nutella over your bread and roll it up. Now mix together 2 eggs, quarter cup of milk, a tablespoon of sugar, and whisk it up. Then add in your bread and fry them until they turn golden brown.
Comment below what I should make next.
This is how to make the perfect chocolate chip cookies in a pan.
That is the perfect snack for after school.
To a bowl, add quarter cup of sugar, half cup of flour, and a quarter cup of butter. Give it a good mix.
Then add in however many chocolate chips you want.
Roll them into balls, press it down,
And cook on low heat for about 20 minutes.
comment below what I should make next.
Let's make a strawberry milkshake. That is insanely good. Comment below what I should make next.
This is how to make butter. Start by adding in your heavy cream. Then cover it with cold water and remove all of the buttermilk. Repeat this until the water turns clear. Shape your butter into whatever you want and freeze for at least 30 minutes.
Comment below what I should make next.
Let's make edible chocolate chip cookie dough.
That tastes insanely good and you won't even get sick from eating it.
Start by adding 7 tablespoons of flour.
And microwave this for 1 minute.
Then mix together 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and mix it up.
Then add in however many chocolate chips you want.
And scoop it into your favorite bowl.
Comment below what I should make next.
Let's make edible chocolate chip cookie dough.
That tastes insanely good and you won't even get sick from eating it.
Start by adding 7 tablespoons of flour.
And microwave this for 1 minute.
Then mix together 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and mix it up.
Then add in however many chocolate chips you want.
And scoop it into your favorite bowl.
Comment below what I should make next.
This is how you can make sweetened condensed milk with just 2 ingredients. If you want to make any type of ice cream, you can't really do it without condensed milk. To a saucepan, add 2 cups of milk and 2/3 of a cup sugar. Then whisk until it reaches a consistency like this. Transfer this to a jar and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. Comment below what I should make next.
Let's make a mango milkshake.
Start by peeling up a mango and add them to a blender. Then scoop in vanilla ice cream and a splash of milk. Pour it into a cup and top it with whipped cream.
Comment below what I should make next. Let's make whipped coffee. I know the Dalgona coffee trend is dead, but it tastes good, so let's make it.
To a bowl, add in your instant coffee, sugar, and water. Whisk this for 5 minutes. Then fill your cup halfway with milk and spoon on your coffee.
Comment below what I should make next. This is how to make edible sugar cookie dough. That is the go-to thing to eat if you have nothing at home.
To a bowl, add half cup of flour.
And pop this into the microwave for about 1 minute.
Then mix together 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt.
Follow me if you like this recipe. Let's make a chocolate milkshake. That is insanely good. Comment down below your favorite milkshake. Let's make golden eggs.
Drop your egg in a long sleeve shirt, tie both of the sides with string, wind it up, and pull.
Drop in your egg and drop it into cold water. That tastes disgusting, don't make it. It didn't work, but comment below what I should make next. Today we're making 3 ingredient super easy pizza bread.
Start by grating some mozzarella, then press down the inside of your bread and spread over your favorite pizza sauce.
Then we're gonna top it with our cheese and cook for 5 minutes. And that's it, super easy pizza bread.
This is how to make a 5-minute microwavable lava cake.
That is insanely good.
To a mug, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, then give it a good mix. Add 6 tablespoons of milk, 4 tablespoons of oil, then give it a good mix. Add some chocolate chips and stuff them beneath the surface.
Pop this into the microwave for about 1 minute.
Spoon some Nutella on the top and spread it over.
This microwavable brownie tastes so good in the wintertime. That is so soft and delicious.
To a mug, add 6 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, half teaspoon of baking powder, mix it up, 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 6 tablespoons of milk.
Pop this into the microwave for about 1 minute. I've made too many mug cakes.
This is how to make a 5-minute microwavable chocolate cake.
That is way too delicious and easy not to make.
To a cup, add 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a pinch of salt, half teaspoon of baking powder, mix until combined, then add 2 tablespoons of oil, 3 tablespoons of milk, give it a good mix,
and pop this into the microwave for about 1 minute. Transfer this to a bowl.
Pour some chocolate on top, and spread it over. Comment below what I should make next. Today we're making super easy Nutella sticks.
These Nutella sticks are insanely good.
Start by cutting the crust off your bread, then spread over a layer of Nutella. Cut them into 3 parts, melt some butter, and in they go. Fry them until golden brown, and toss them in sugar. Comment below what I should make next. If you're tired of eating bread with the crust on, try this homemade Uncrustable instead. Start by spreading peanut butter over your bread, along with some strawberry jelly. Close it up, press it down with a big cup, and press down the edges with your thumb.
These will never taste the same.
Today we're making super easy cookies that taste better than Subway. Add melted butter, brown sugar, and granulated sugar to a bowl, and mix until it looks like this. Then crack in your egg, and mix until it looks like this. Then sift in your flour, baking soda, and salt. Add in your chocolate chips, and fold them in. Place these on a baking tray,
And bake these at 325 for just 8 minutes.
comment below what I should make next.
Let's make strawberry lassi.
Add your chopped up strawberries to a blender, along with a few spoons of yogurt, a splash of milk, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a pinch of salt. Pour it into a cup, and finish with whipped cream.
Today we're making chocolate milk from an empty jar of Nutella.
Start by adding a cup of milk to your jar, along with 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. Then screw on the lid and shake it for 30 seconds.
Or just use an electric whisker.
Then pour it into a cup and top with whipped cream.
Comment below what I should make next. Let's make the perfect hot chocolate for the wintertime. That is 10 times better than the store-bought version.
On medium heat, add 2 cups of milk, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Stir until all of the cocoa powder gets dissolved, then carefully pour the hot chocolate into a mug and top with whipping cream.
Have no time to cook lunch? This 15-minute pasta recipe is insanely good. In a hot pan, throw in some onions,
Garlic,
chili flakes. When the raw smell goes away, add in your tomatoes. Season this with pepper, a generous amount of salt,
add a splash of heavy cream, then add in your pasta, top with parmesan.
and that's it. Super easy pasta recipe.
This is how to make bubble tea in the microwave, which is 3 ingredients.
Start by adding 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to a bowl, 2 tablespoons of tapioca starch, and 2 tablespoons of coffee.
Mix this together.
And pop this into the microwave for about 1 minute.
A bouncy dough like this should come out. Take pieces of this dough and roll them into small balls. Boil your balls for 10 minutes.
That is way too easy and delicious not to make.